Hey, it's the Adept here, and I have a new unboxing video. Well, sort of unboxing. The box it came in was pretty munched, and so I went ahead and just removed the case, which was the only thing that was inside. This was sent to me by KPRepublic to make some content on, and so I fully intend on doing that. But let's dive right into the Story 65R3. Again, thank you to KPRepublic. You can look down below into the description, and you can get a $5 off code by using the Adept 024 on their website for $5 off. Let's see what we got. I do not know what color I received, so let's see. Oh, and the color is going to be, oh, sorry, Pip-Boy, the lilac color. I love the case though. I mean, it's green, which, you know, would have been funny if it had been purple. We have the case. It's nice. We will open that later on when we start doing the build portion of this video. But for now, let's see what else. Stabs, screws, replacement screws, I assume, for the top, feet, and gaskets. It's going to be using silicone sock gaskets. Everything else is going to be in this bag. So this is all the foams. I will, of course, be using all the foams and the PET sheet. I'm so excited by this. I love PET sheets. I think it makes everything sound better. We have a FR4 plate. Okay, little FR4 plate action going on. It is a little bent. Got a little bit of a wobble. I think it's not gonna affect anything, honestly, once I put stabs and everything in it, or switches and stabs and everything. Come on. This is gonna drift off camera for a minute. How's everybody doing today? Leave a comment below if you're having a great day, if you're having a bad day, or a mediocre day. Just got off from work, just got home. All right. Ooh, look at all those flex cuts. Notice that the on-off switch, which I've seen on at least one other board, located over by the right shift, as opposed to being under the caps lock, which I appreciate in this case because it allows us to have stepped caps, which I love. And then let's see, so I think that is it. There's no 7U, no options here. We're gonna have, I'll probably do Alt and Function, standard when Control and Alt over here. But our first thing is going to be our PET layer. I said before, I love PET film. It's pretty much sticking to the IXPE sheet, and so we're just going to install both of those at the same time, followed by our foam. That, and then our plate. Now we've come to the stabilizers. Now we're going to install our switches. Today's switch we're going to be using is going to be the Wuche Studio Palm Plus. Dig it. It's Palm Plus because it is entirely made of palm. That's P-O-M, not P-A-L-M, despite my atrocious accent. We have our little gaskets. Gasket socks work pretty simply. They are socks. They get put in. There is a horizontal, so it matches with the horizontalness of the gaskets. Now the screwless design, not actually screwless obviously, but it's hidden underneath the keycaps. You'll need to remove the switches here, 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 and here. You don't need to remove the bottom two sets of switches in order to get the PCB in and out, but the screws don't clear the switches at these points as well as this one. I think it will actually clear this one though. And we'll take a look at that in a second. We'll go ahead and open this up. So once the screws have been removed, this piece comes out of the top like so. And you'll see that there are recesses here, here, here for the gasket mount, as well as a diffuser and the screws here, so you can actually remove this blocker. This blocker will remove, and then you will actually have access to one more switch should that be something that you want. Right. We're going to put in the plastic sheet. This is so that on the off chance that something gets the opportunity to make contact in the bottom of the case, it can't. Because we really don't want that. Kind of just sits in there. There's not really any major clearance for the gaskets themselves to flex up and down. It's not like they sit on the edges. It just drops back in like this. You'll see here that the switch, it does clear. It doesn't clear here, here, or here, and does clear at the bottoms. Once we get the screws in, we can put the switches back into those 6 sockets. I picked the Wuxi Studio Palm Plus switches for really 3 reasons. One, the color. They pretty much match this build perfectly, and I love that. 2, they are super smooth, full palm. Obviously by the name you can tell Palm Plus. Switches, and the keycaps we're going to be using today are a die sub version of the Tuzi keycaps, so it's just a cute rabbit. And you can switch on the keyboard from here. And then we're going to add our last key, and here's the build. So let's talk about the board. When we compare it to something like the various plastic models, obviously, you know, it has that heft. It really has good feel to it. The finish on it is nice. It has a bit of a texture, so it's not super smooth like an Anno, like a Neo 65. But I would say that the finish is as good, if not better, than a lot of the other keyboards on the market in a similar price range, like the Lucky. I like the design aesthetic a little bit more. It does have the chunky bezel, but I think that works for it. The two-tone is an interesting accent to the board overall. It gives it a little bit more visual interest than something like a Lucky 65. I think the quality of the keyboard is comparable to the Neo. I do think the Neo is a little bit better of a keyboard, but it costs a little bit more. One thing I like more about this over that is the fact that it's actually a gasket mount. I do like the dumbbell mounts in the Neo, but this it feels more secure. At the end of the day, it doesn't feel like I'm going to turn it upside down and it's going to slip out. Over something like the Paw 65, they're basically, it's a design aesthetic difference with the cap on the paw being up here with the little cat ears. Otherwise, they have very similar design aesthetics with the two-tone and the screwless design. In that case, I would say you could go with either, depending on which one appeals to you more. Do you like the cat kind of over the top look? This is a little bit more reserved, especially if you get the red and beige colorway. Then it's basically a really nice non-pastel keyboard. As far as things I like about it, the included foams give it a really nice poppy sound. If you were to pair it with deeper switches, something like a B-Sun switch or something similar to that, you would have a really deep marbly sound. Well, not really deep. I don't know how deep the sound can go with such a small case. It doesn't have a larger area to resonate in, but it would be a deeper sound, and it would be kind of a deep marble. That's where you really get into that marbly. I find this pool ball sound to be more on the higher pitch than what I would consider to be a marble. The format is good. I like having the accent piece with the optional key. If you need/want to have another button, obviously I don't. Having delete, page up, page down, plenty for me. Arrow keys, almost a must for me. But I mean, that's just, it's a standard 65. The weight, good. And overall, do I recommend this keyboard? I absolutely do. It feels nice, it looks nice, the price is very reasonable. Last time I looked, it was $111 through AliExpress, and that is without switches or keycaps, and comes unbuilt but in a case. That is the whole build. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content, and I'll be sure to make more, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.